Hello? 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 Is this on? Are we? I can't tell what's happening. I don't. What are we doing again?
What? You mean about what are we doing in this room?
Yeah.
This is our podcast room.
Is it?
We used to do a podcast.
We used to?
Yeah.
It's been a while though, right?
No, it's been a long time.
Yeah. Everything just seems so unfamiliar. Like, I remember doing a podcast, but, like, you looked different.
Probably sexier.
A little sexier. Your goatee was much longer.
Really?
Yeah, you were wearing, like an Entombed t-shirt or something like that. Testament, maybe.
Oh, okay.
You know, just something super metal.
Right.
Yeah.
You
also didn't have glasses. That's one thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Your hair was much shorter, neater.
Maybe that was a different guy.
I don't know. I mean, we were both in a new city. Like, who would I travel with? I've only ever traveled with you, right?
It's true. I believe.
Yeah.
I believe. Maybe it was a terrible dream.
Must have been.
Like it was like Wizard of the Oz or whatever that movie's called.
Yeah. Right, and everything was just a little bit familiar, but not quite.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. No, yeah, you're right. It was a dream.
Yeah,
It was all a dream. It was a horrific dream.
Was your friends like Matt Brassfield and Steven there?
Matt Brassfield was there. And Steven.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I've often had nightmares with both of them. And then
Alright, okay. So what's the name of this called?
This is the trash gutter and trash.
Gutter and trash.
Yeah.
I don't know, it sounds off. Didn't off the tongue very well.
Right. Yeah.
How about gutter trash? Can we just call it that?
Gutter and gutter trash?
No, just
gutter trash.
Just gutter trash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to just gutter trash.
Just not just gutter trash. Gutter trash.
Gutter trash.
Yeah.
I like that. That is a lot better.
I feel like we've done this maybe 225 times previously.
That sounds about right.
So let's just call this episode 226.
Sounds perfect.
Okay. And I'm Eric.
I'm Jason.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember you now.
You remember me?
Yeah.
I wish I could have been there the last time. In your dream.
I'm pretty sure that, like, you know, if it was a dream episode or a nightmare, I'm still sure the episode turned out great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It had to have.
Right. You know, I mean, anytime you put me in front of a mic, it's nothing less than perfect.
It's gold.
Yeah.
It's golden. I'm the same way.
You know, actually, now that I think of it, that last time, there were no microphones.
No microphones.
So it probably just turned out to be, it just all goes back to being a nightmare.
Right, yeah. Well, yeah. Because if I was a little sexier, I mean, that does sound like a nightmare, because I don't know how anyone could handle it. I was a little more metal and a little more sexy.
Right.
I mean, that would just, wow. I can't even, it's hard to
The
fathom.
world would have to end.
Right.
Right, yeah.
That'd be almost as sexy as Bill Cosby and Raquel Welch in an ambulance.
It sounds like a movie I watched once.
Oh, yeah?
Like 20 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was called Mother Jugs and Speed. And it had Bill Cosby and Raquel Welch in it. And they drove an ambulance.
Well, that is coinky dink.
That is weird. Huh. Would you? You were there, right?
I was totally there.
Right, alright. Well, would you want to talk about
Let's
that?
talk about that. Let's
Okay.
talk about that. Let's talk about that film. Mother Jugs and Speed.
Yes.
Oh my god. Three of our favorite things. And by speed, of course, I don't mean the drug. I mean the Keanu Reeves film. Was that a Keanu Reeves film?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, Die Hard on a bus.
Was it Dennis Hopper? Who was
Yes.
that?
Yeah, he was the bad guy.
Henry Rollins?
No.
No, what am I thinking of? The Chase?
You're thinking of The Chase.
The Chase, yeah.
I haven't seen Speed in a very long time. I wonder if it still holds up.
I'm sure I've saw clips of it, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Really?
No.
Ever?
No.
Ever?
Ever. I'm sure I've seen clips on, like, trailers and whatnot.
I'm sure, yeah, but that's weird.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why is that weird?
I don't know, because you love Point Break so much.
It's not because of Keanu Reeves. In fact, when Doogie and I were watching that 2 nights ago, because we did watch Point Break 2 nights ago, and we both had a giant beer and watched Point Break, he was looking up fun facts and, like, kind of doing a DVD commentary while we were doing it. And one of the actors that was up for Keanu Reeves' role was Johnny Depp, and he didn't take it. And I was like, that would have been so much better. So much better. Because I love everything about that movie, other than Keanu Reeves.
Right. I'll say this about Speed, at least from what I remember. He fits the role.
In Speed?
Yeah.
He kind of fits the role in Point Break, too.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that movie's just terrible.
Oh, it's a great movie. I still would have liked to see Johnny Depp do that. But yeah, I mean, some movies are made for, him.
Right,
like, He's a peg, he's a certain shaped peg, and certain movies are that shaped hole.
Yeah. Oh.
Like The Matrix was one of those movies.
Yeah,
I think he was fine in that.
sort of. I mean, the first one.
Yeah, well, that's the only one I was.
The good one.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed the other ones, but nowhere near to the level of the first one. But I mean, he's like so stoic and emotionless and uninteresting that he was perfect in that movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But all of that has nothing to do with Mother Jugs 3.
No, it doesn't.
Oh man, what a movie! So there's well, first of all, there's 2 histories that we have to go by here.
Oh yeah.
The first history is that we've done this already.
Okay. I thought there was like some sort of Crisis on Infinite Earths thing that applies to Mother Jugs on Speed. I was like, there's 2 alternate worlds that this
sort of, yeah.
Okay.
Because somewhere out there is an alternate version of the review.
Yeah, that's true. And it may or may not exist because we don't know how this stuff works. So it's beamed into another dimension.
Sorta.
Refurbished and sent back to us.
We watched this movie last night on Easter Sunday, and we recorded a good 45 minutes worth of conversation about it.
Or so we thought.
Turns out only about 20 of that actually got recorded. And by that point it was like almost midnight, and I just said, I can't do this.
Right.
Just, the frustration of having the show just frozen in the middle of it, and the lateness, and
right, because you get up super early.
Right. So
you think our recording equipment actually just got sick of us? Is that possible? That
it is possible. I mean,
it spontaneously created self-awareness just to silence us.
It's happened quite a bit over the past couple months. So it may entirely be possible.
Yeah. I wouldn't rule it out.
Just usually we're able to, just sort of jump back on track and,
because we notice it in like 5 minutes.
We notice it usually pretty quickly.
Like 2 to 5 minutes.
Right. Or we also do it early enough that, we've got the time to just, bang out another hour or so,
That was a euphemism, by the way, folks.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I didn't blame you. Because even when we started recording, I was like, maybe I've got superpowers, because I swear to Christ, like before I came over here, I was thinking, wow, it's getting pretty late and we both have to work early. I was like, I wonder what Eric would think if I suggested we watch the movie tonight and then we record the episode tomorrow night. I swear I thought that in my head. And then I just didn't mention it because I was like, I'll just, if he's not going to complain, he gets up 2 hours earlier than I do.
Right.
If he's not going to complain, then fuck it, let's do it.
Right. Well, that was when I thought that, maybe we would be done by midnight.
Right.
12:30 at the latest.
Yeah.
And then I'm okay with that.
Right.
Because honestly, like, even after you left, I still didn't, like, pass out until, like, 12:30.
Right.
But I just, coupled with the stress of just, just seeing the frozen time marker, it was just like, no.
And it's a tragedy thinking that the comedy stylings of us is lost, because I mean there's upwards of 20 minutes of geniusness that's just floating around there in the stratosphere. And it's not like so much like our time, it's the gift that we give to you, the listener. It feels like someone has robbed our babies of the golden nectar that is our voices.
That is exactly how I felt.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't word it that way. So we're doing this again. There's no point in trying to hide it.
Right.
We watched this movie last night. We've already reviewed this movie. I mean, we were wrapping up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the bad part. It was the whole thing.
So I've taken precautions. So hopefully we can get through this without any kind of stoppage, or even if there is, it's something that we can notice and rectify.
Right.
And you'll never know.
Seamless.
Yes. But about this because I'm a fan of transparency.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like transparency paper.
That too.
Yeah. Transparent tape. That's
Yep.
good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Transparent clothes on the ladies.
Exactly. I was just thinking that.
You're always just thinking that.
That's true. I'm rarely not.
You're like, when is that style gonna come in? This is the future. I've read Judge Dredd and Transmet. This is like the kind of shit that should be happening.
It's true. Oh man, I saw. We're not even. It's because we've already fucking talked about this movie. I saw a link to an article written in like 1987. It was the cover of like the Los Angeles Times, and it was L.A. in 2013.
Ooh.
And it had like hovering cars
Right.
and like super Art Deco futuristic buildings and.
People getting along with each other.
Well, who knows about
Maybe
that?
not, maybe
but
not.
it was just the cityscape.
Oh, okay.
So it was.
So is that gonna happen before the end of the year?
I guess maybe it could still technically.
Was it 2015 and Back to the Future 2 when they had the hoverboards?
I don't know. I don't trust anything related to Back to the Future 2 at all.
Oh, what's wrong with Back to the Future 2?
No, it's a fine movie.
Oh, okay.
I would love to watch it again sometime.
But you don't trust them.
I don't. The internet has taken all of everything about Back to the Future and just fucked it into a pulp.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And so
Shame on you, internet.
right. So whatever times it actually said in the movie, like on the DeLorean's dashboard, I don't even fucking know
Right.
anymore. 'Cause
Yeah.
everyone is like, today is the day that he went back to the future. Fuck you, internet.
Yeah.
Leave Back to the Future fucking alone.
That's right. I agree with you. I'm sorry. Sorry. For a minute there, walked into that portal.
It's okay. You didn't know.
I had no idea. Yeah. I check my email twice a week. I look on the internet once a year. I listened to one podcast in my life, and it was the episode of Gutter Trash starring Kurt and you. I did read a digital comic. We talked about that, didn't we?
No, we have not.
Oh, okay.
Not in person.
Wow, yeah.
So we'll
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
If we remember. If not, you can guess what it was. It wasn't Bondage Fairies.
Probably not.
Next guess, please.
So hey, let's try to talk about Mother Jugs and Speed.
Okay. Yeah.
So the second history of Mother Jugs and Speed is that we watched a terrible movie a couple of weeks ago called The Detective. You can go listen to that review and hear just how much we hated that movie.
Yeah.
But when the movie was over, I'm not a guy who watches, a lot of special features on DVDs or anything like that, but I'll look to see what there is.
Just in case.
Yeah, there might be something cool.
Yeah. Every once in a while there's something awesome.
Right, yeah. And who knows, maybe there was a commentary recorded by Frank Sinatra on this thing, when it was back on Laserdisc.
Yeah. Wow. Was he live in the 90s or whatever, 80s?
Yeah.
Was he?
I think so.
Okay.
I want to say he died mid to late 90s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't take my word for it.
I have no idea.
But, maybe there was going to be something on there that made that movie worth sitting through.
Right. Or that somehow, satisfied our need for entertainment.
Because that movie didn't.
Right.
So all they had were trailers. And it was all just like a bunch of movies I'd never heard of. And the one that caught my eye, and it caught your eye too, I think, was called Mother, Jugs, and Speed.
I think, yeah, because it was the third one listed, and 4 seconds into the screen, we both just kind of looked at each other because we had both made it down to that. We're like, yeah. We have to watch that.
So we played that trailer. And, dear listener, I would advise you to go on YouTube right now and pause the show.
Right.
And just go watch that trailer.
Mother Jugs with 1G.
Right.
And Speed.
Yes. Because it was fucking amazing.
The trailer's actually, it's got that horrible narration, though.
Oh, yeah.
But what you see, maybe don't even listen. Well, no, you kind of have to listen to it.
Yeah, because the narration does kind of make it just as awesome.
Yeah.
Because it is that mid-70s exploitation kind of trailer,
right. Where they, describe the hell out of the movie.
Exactly, yeah. and the trailer just seems really long.
Yeah. The guy's not very excited to do the narration. It's watch Bill Cosby drive an ambulance.
And, that's... So this movie has Bill Cosby in it, Raquel Welch, and Harvey Keitel. and I think in the trailer that's how slowly they reveal who's in it.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're dumbstruck already by Bill Cosby and Raquel Welch.
Yeah.
And then you throw Harvey Keitel in there.
Yeah.
So clearly...
It sounds like a Saturday Night Live skit.
Right.
A good one. If anyone can remember what that's like.
No.
It's been a decade or two.
So clearly we had to see this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it was necessary.
Much to my delight, you chose it forthwith as your pick for the next film.
As soon as I saw that trailer. And it was... I mean, okay, not as soon, but, it got to the point where I realized I needed to pick a movie. I was like, well, why the fuck don't we just watch Mother, Jugs, and Speed?
I thought maybe you were going to say you were laying in bed that night just thinking about it, going, oh, your toes, twitching. I'm going to watch it.
I think within 2 days of that, I put it on my Netflix queue and had it delivered. Because, it sadly is not available on streaming. But it is available via disc for those dinosaurs of you out there that still get Netflix discs.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Like me.
Tangible movies.
Yeah, tangible media, physical media, with the highest quality possible that you can get.
That's right.
With no staggering, unless the disc is damaged.
Yeah, well.
Which then send it back and they'll get you a new one.
See? Look at that.
Yeah.
Netflix is awesome.
Netflix is awesome at times. I mean, you can get a used copy on Amazon for $3.
Oh, yeah.
I looked it up.
Okay. If you want the cover art and all that.
Right.
And why wouldn't you? Because it's cool.
Yeah, it is. And because spoiler, I kind of want to own this movie.
Really?
That is how much I liked it.
Wow. Wow, I wonder if there's extra stuff on the purchasable disc. Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think what I got is
Okay.
pretty much what is available.
Because that's probably an older disc, probably.
I think it was made in like 2004, something like that.
Okay.
And it's, I mean, I'm gonna say it's an obscure movie. I'd never heard of it.
If we've never heard of a movie starring all those people,
Right.
it's probably an obscure movie.
I mean, I like him, but I'd say you love Harvey Keitel.
I love Harvey Keitel. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
And, I watched Mean Streets not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so while I was watching it, I was like, because I think that was like 1972, 73, something like that. And then this movie was 1976, I believe.
Yeah.
So I was like, but back when I was watching Mean Streets, I was like, this was the early 70s and he's been around forever. Like I only first heard about him like, the early 90s.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell else has he done? So I know I've looked at his IMDb page and just
glanced right over that one.
Right, yeah.
Because, I mean, like, even if you don't know the other stars in the movie, just the title of that film is like...
Exactly.
It screams, watch me! Or read about me.
Right, yeah. You should look into this more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
So what's this film about for the listener?
So the film is about it's about two sort of warring privately operated ambulance companies,
Yeah.
which I'm not even sure has ever actually been a thing.
It's so ridiculous that it probably was,
Right.
but I've never heard of that.
Yeah, so but basically, like they work for. Well, they don't work for anyone, but they get called by people or by hospitals or whatever to come and take people to the hospital or to the morgue,
Right.
depending.
And for $42.50 plus 50 cents a mile.
Right. So they're competing against each other for a contract with the city of Los Angeles, and that's the plot of the movie, but that's barely what the movie is about.
Right. It's like, saying in this episode of Three Stooges, the plot is,
Right,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's there. Okay, they're carpenters or whatever.
Right.
But, you're not watching it for the plot. Right.
Exactly, yeah. This is mostly just about the insane bullshit that happens in this movie. This movie is fucking bizarre.
It's a fever dream.
Yeah.
It totally is a fever dream amalgamation of all these weird things.
Because I mean, again, it's Bill Cosby, Raquel Welch, and Harvey Keitel.
Yeah, it really is. I know this is recorded on April the 1st, but we are not shitting you. I know you don't believe us, listener, but this shit is real.
Yeah, it's on IMDb.
Yeah, we
Look it up.
we didn't go that far by actually
No.
creating an IMDb page and a Wikipedia page and a YouTube trailer.
Right, yeah. I do have at least some backup in this, other than you.
All right.
Last weekend, I spent a few days with our friend Kurt Dins,
Yeah.
and he asked what our next movie was, and I told him what it was.
You
and
revealed the secret.
I did. It was just between him and me.
Oh, that's right. He's an official member of the Gutter Trash Network.
So he looked it up immediately on his phone and agreed that it is just based on the cast alone was probably something he should probably
Everybody
watch.
should. Yes.
Yes. And yeah, I loved this movie. I thought it was just like honestly great.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah. But it is. Yeah, like you watch like you said it was a fever dream, and I did. I just felt so confused and like sweaty while watching.
Right. Yeah. I know. Like some of this, I think we actually talked about last night, but I remember.
Oh, we talked about all of this.
Yeah.
Last night.
Well, while I was watching the film, I was like, it's just like, it's like you don't even notice it at first, like how weird it is, and then you're like, oh my god, what the fuck am I watching? You're like, there's, that ambulance there looks like Ecto-1. You know, it's like if you watched Ghostbusters one day and then like later that night before you went to bed, you watched an episode of the A-Team, and then maybe like your mom says like, "Oh, hey, Bill Cosby's gonna be on, you know, this on Johnny Carson tonight," and your dad's like, "Well, I can't watch that because Raquel Welch is gonna be on Ed Sullivan," and then like you have all this stuff floating around in your brain, and then like you fall asleep, and then your brain like creates this fucking crazy movie.
Right. Yeah, I did have a dream the other day that involved comic artist Stuart Immonen, actress Christina Hendricks, the comic character Judge Dredd, and driving.
Wow, that sounds like the sequel to this film.
This film may have been slightly more bizarre.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's not like David Lynch bizarre or
No.
anything like that. It is like
It's linear and
and straightforward.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think the bizarreness just comes off of the just the type of movie it is, like just like the type of comedy, because it is a comedy.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But also just of the time period that it is.
Right.
Because it is like 1976, and so there are just things presented in the movie that, to me anyway, just seems like, well, what? You know?
It almost seems like an early 80s, like if this was an early 80s film and I had never heard of anybody in it, I'd be like, oh, that was funny.
Right.
But yeah, it's like you said, the time that it's from and just the insane cast.
Oh, yeah.
I mean-
Because it doesn't stop at...
No. Yeah, as if that's not enough.
Because we got a dick butt kiss in this.
Dick fucking butt kiss. He's doing crossword puzzles wearing a cowboy hat.
Yeah, and
Like-
a bolo tie.
And that sounds like a fever dream right there.
Yeah.
Man, I got so fucked up the other night. I thought I saw Dick Buckus wearing a cowboy hat doing crossword puzzles. It's like a Butthole Surfers lyric.
Let's see, who else do we got? We've got Bruce Davison is in this movie. He's probably better known as Senator Kelly from the X-Men films.
Yeah. I didn't recognize him.
Yeah,
but
he was like 30 years younger and
Right.
had a big bushy mustache,
and smoking some weed.
smoking some weed out of a weird looking pipe.
I couldn't tell. I thought maybe he just had like little like a roach clip or something with like a tiny joint. I couldn't tell what he had.
I think it was a pipe.
Was it a little pipe?
'Cause
Okay.
it was, but it didn't look like any pipe I'd ever seen.
Right.
Not that I'm
But you've been to BP gas stations.
Well, that's true.
You know what all the water pipes look like.
Yeah, so he's in it, and Larry Hagman is also in this movie. Perhaps best known, if you, dear listener, do not know, he is perhaps best known as the Master from I Dream of Jeannie,
Right.
and JR from Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah. This, I guess, was maybe sort of, this was maybe in
Between the two,
Yeah.
probably, yeah.
I don't know when Dallas started, but yeah,
I'm guessing late 70s,
I
right?
would guess so. Yeah. Went for a while.
Yeah.
Not that much. He got shot at some point.
Who shot him?
I don't know.
Oh, me neither.
Don't really care.
Yeah, me neither.
And he's dead now. We've lost him.
Yeah, yeah. Hagman or JR?
Both.
Yeah.
Just died a couple months ago, I believe. In the midst of the Dallas revival.
Oh.
'Cause there's a new Dallas series on.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
They should have Mother Jugs and Speed revival.
Well, in the day between us recording our previous review, and,
I think I know what you're going to say, because I looked at him too.
yeah, I did some research. At one point in time, there possibly could have been a Mother Jugs and Speed TV show.
Right. It was like 2 years later.
Yeah.
They tried. And I remember the thing I read was, because they thought Jugs was too sexist of a name for Raquel Welch, they were like, I know, let's add a G so it's Jugs instead of Jugs.
Right, it's Jugs with 2 G's.
Yeah. So all of a sudden it's fine.
Because that's a shortened form of the character's last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
like Jugston or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
And none of the cast was involved.
Yeah, not a single person.
Yep. In fact, like I looked it up on IMDb, the television pilot.
Oh yeah.
And there was only one recognizable actor listed, and it was the guy who played Speed in the TV pilot. A guy by the name of Joe Penny.
Joe Penny.
He, I believe, he used to be on a TV show right around the same time as the A-Team called Riptide.
Riptide, I loved Riptide. 3 dudes with a robot on a boat. Oh my god, the theme song to that is one of my favorite TV theme songs ever. Wow. I loved Riptide. Was he the black-haired dude?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. He kind of looks like Harvey Keitel a little bit.
Well, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some similarity.
Because the other guy was like a mustachioed guy, and
Right.
there was like a little skinny, nerdy guy.
Right.
Yeah. And I was like, I couldn't have been those two. Wow, I love Riptide. Oh, well, Seth Rogen or somebody needs to make a Riptide movie. I'd go see that.
I'd go see a Riptide movie. Yeah.
A robot on a boat. That's all. And then like some dudes. There's always girls hanging out with those dudes because they got a boat on a robot
Exactly.
and a mustache.
Right.
There's only one mustache betwixt the 3, but that's enough for the ladies.
That's enough mustache. Yeah. I mean, I did see the A-Team movie and I loved it.
Yeah.
So why the fuck not?
I haven't seen that yet.
It's fun.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
But anywho, it is not as fun as Mother Jugs and Speed.
What could be? Have you ever wanted to see Bill Cosby fire a gun and drink beer while he drives an ambulance and turns on his siren to scare nuns that are crossing the street? Have you ever wanted to see a brawl involving Dick Butkus, Harvey Keitel, Larry Hagman, and Joe Piscopo and Nermal from Garfield? Because they're all in this film. No, Joe Piscopo and Nermal are not in the film, but it's only
But that other thing happened.
Yeah, I mean, if they were, would you have been any more surprised?
Probably not. Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden a cartoon animal runs in and, like, shits on Dick Butkus's face. You're like, alright, I'll buy it.
Yeah, but that is a thing that happens. Bill Cosby beats the crap out of Larry Hagman while Harvey Keitel tries to pull him off, and while Dick Butkus is holding back Larry Hagman.
Yeah. They're, like, smashing through doors.
Right, yeah.
Oh my god. How fucking crazy is that?
So the title is the 3 lead characters' names. Bill Cosby plays Mother. Sort of because he's like the guy not in charge, but he's like looking out for everybody.
He's older than everybody else.
Right, yeah, he's got the most experience.
Right.
He's the best in the biz.
Yeah.
Even though, he does just like to run over nuns and drink beer while driving an ambulance.
He's hilarious in this movie.
He's
too.
great.
He's got some great lines.
Oh yeah. Raquel Welch plays Jugs,
Of course. Self-explained.
yes. And Harvey Keitel plays Speed. He's a police officer who was accused of selling drugs to kids.
Yeah.
So being an ambulance driver was the only job he could get.
And is it ever cleared up whether he actually did or not? I think it is at the end, isn't it?
Not really.
Okay.
But sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he says he's innocent of that.
Right. He says he's accused, not convicted.
And we want to believe him.
We do. He's Harvey Keitel.
Actually, you're right. I don't think he ever says he didn't do it. He just says, I wasn't convicted. I was accused.
Right, yeah.
So I think, maybe he's not as great as we thought.
Some of the characters in this movie are not good people.
No.
Particularly Larry Hagman.
And like this goes back to something we were just saying the last time we recorded this. The tone of this movie changes quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
without losing its control over what it is.
Right, and you know, keeps its momentum going.
Yeah.
And, I mean, and all the characters, like you know, except for, you know, Larry Hagman and his partner eventually, but even his partner isn't that bad.
Right.
Like, seems like he's just a doofus caught up in, like, you know, Larry Hagman's sort of, you know, whirlwind of insanity.
Right. Like, he's like, sure, Larry, I'll...
Right, yeah.
Or John, or whatever his name is.
Murdoch.
Murdoch, yeah.
But yeah, so, and this also sort of, you know, goes back to the sort of time period, but, so basically Larry Hagman's character is just, he's a scumbag.
Right.
We learned that fairly quickly, and he's just always trying to get laid wherever he can.
It starts out like, you know, he's just as laughable and harmless as, like, you know, the character that's always on those shows in that era. Like,
right, yeah.
Like Larry from Three's Company.
Exactly.
Or Quagmire from Family Guy, or
right,
whatever. He's just, like, kind of perverted and weird.
Right.
And you're like, oh, ho, ho, ho.
And then it takes a turn.
Yeah. When he tries to rape an unconscious woman.
Right, yeah, who is dying of an overdose.
Right.
In the back of the ambulance as they're rushing her to the hospital.
That's a little dark.
It's pretty dark.
Yeah.
But also completely ignored later.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, like, there's a confrontation, cause Harvey Keitel winds up getting partnered with him, and sees Larry Hagman attempting or possibly even in the middle of raping this girl.
Yeah, 'cause you don't really see, you just see,
right.
You see Speed look back through his rear view and run back there.
Right. And so there's like a small confrontation, but then, you know, like later, you know, they're back at the headquarters, and
they're just hanging out.
They're just hanging out,
Yeah.
playing darts.
Yeah.
You know, no mention of the fact that he attempted to rape a woman.
Right.
You know, but then, I mean, that does lead into the scene where Bill Cosby beats the shit out of him.
Right.
But it's for a completely different reason.
Yeah. So, like, you feel like you get, you know, what you want. You know, you want to see some retribution or some, like,
right.
What's the word I'm looking for here? Some
retribution.
Yeah, retribution against Hagman, because of, you don't want to see him pay his dues or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Because you're like, he's getting off scot-free for that's a fucked up thing, and, like, not done in any sort of way where it is laughed off. I mean, it is fucked up and weird.
Right. Yeah.
And then, yeah, at least you get to see him get his face pummeled and
right, but again, not for the thing.
Not for that though. Yeah,
right. The bigger crime, the actual crime.
Yeah.
Other than him just being
a dick, right.
Because I mean, like you've said, and obviously that scene is something that is an example of that. But there's like other scenes that happen throughout where it's just like that, and like. All of a sudden, we're in the middle of just a harrowing drama.
Right? Yeah. A couple. Yeah, one of the characters that we've mentioned dies, kind of in a horrific way.
Yeah, sudden.
Yeah, unexpected. I mean, like there was like maybe a little nugget of like a
way of tension building.
Yeah, you're like,
but then it just
happens because you're like. I was sitting there going, is this going to happen?
Right. Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it happened. You know. And then it is dark, and you feel bad, and like, you know, and there's like, you know, some drama attached to that in the next scene, and you know,
right, yeah,
it's crazy,
right, yeah. But then like it just sort of just not quickly, but also not super slow either. Just, you know, hey, it's a comedy.
Again,
yeah.
You know? Then there's like a Benny Hill scene where a lady on a gurney is like flying down the street and. It's so weird how both of those work in the same film.
Yeah.
That is bizarre.
It's a testament to the people that made it.
Yeah. Like I think it even like opens really strongly. It doesn't open on a establishing shot. It like opens on this tight shot of someone screaming at the camera.
Right.
And it slowly pulls back to, you know, like the next couple of cuts, and you know, I mean, yeah, it's well made.
Yeah.
It's well made.
It's like. it's weird how we have never heard about this movie before this.
Yeah.
And I mean, we like Harvey Keitel, and obviously, as kids, we grew up with Bill Cosby.
Loved Bill Cosby. I still appreciate him.
And yeah, I do too. And, but it's like, and I kind of mentioned this, when we did our first take at this, but like it's, we grew up with, the Cosby Show and Fat Albert and Picture Pages and Bill Cosby himself. Like that to us is like classic Cosby.
Right, yeah.
But like, and like I knew about I Spy and like I think he had like one other iteration of a Cosby Show, before, we were kids.
Right.
So it's weird, like, cause I'll flip through the channel sometimes and I'll see just like on one of those weird stations, like between other stations where there's,
just random low budget movies.
Right, yeah, and then like there's one with Bill Cosby. And
yeah.
he's like, a dirty cop in LA or something like that.
I think that happened once here on drawing night. I think we watched a few minutes of one. We're like, what?
And it's like, so he's got like this body of like, movies that like I've never seen or heard of, or
like slightly more adult stuff. Like,
right, yeah.
Like it's not like I don't think
almost borderline exploitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I had an ear perked because I was like waiting for him to like drop some F-bombs or whatever. I don't think he ever did in the movie. Like I don't.
Yeah,
I think,
no, he did not.
Yeah, I think all the like salty dialogue was delivered by other people, but I mean,
there was only one F-bomb in the movie,
right?
And it was a lady wrestler.
Yeah, because there's female wrestling in the movie too. Of course, yes. We forgot to mention that. But I think at the beginning, the like owner of the cab company is cursing a little bit too.
A little bit, yeah.
But I don't think Cosby drops anything.
I think he may call someone an asshole. Because even in Bill Cosby himself, he swears a little.
Right.
But yeah, for the most part, I mean, but at the same time, this movie is PG.
Yeah. That is insane to me that this movie is PG.
1976 PG.
I love that. Bring it back, MPAA.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, fuck, I remember Airplane is PG, and there's tits in that movie.
Yeah. Bring back the tits.
Bring back the tits to PG.
Kids need tits too.
Yeah.
We could.
It didn't ruin my life.
Yeah. If anything, it made those like, awkward days better, right?
Exactly.
To have some, VHS movies with horror films or whatever with a little skin in there. Yeah. We didn't have HBO. What were we supposed to jerk off to?
Exactly.
It's the slow-mo scene from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. That's what we jerk off to.
That was rated R, though.
Well, yeah.
But still. Yeah, I don't know. I've always been a guy that's, I don't think it harms kids to watch things like that.
Right. I mean, maybe porn is a different story.
Porn is a different story.
But yeah, just like a fun Police Academy or Stripes or whatever.
Yeah.
Just something with, that's good for kids, if anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just...
Kids like 10 and above, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I watched some of those movies when I was like 4 and 5.
Oh, I know I saw Beverly Hills Cop when I was 5 or 6.
Right, yeah. So,
or 6 or 7, something like that.
Whatever, yeah. But, yeah, I think it's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just as long as... I mean... I don't know. Like, I don't think I turned out bad.
Right.
But, I guess... that
time will tell.
Judgment is up to other people.
Right.
Yeah.
The court is still in recess right now. No, but I agree. I don't know how we got stumbled on that, but yeah.
Well, just because like this movie is.
It's weird that it's PG,
right?
But,
Yeah,
but it's cool that it's PG.
I think what we know as PG now.
Yeah.
What we generally like. I don't think there is much difference now between PG and G.
Right.
But like again, like I remember like back in our childhood, again the Airplane thing. There's tits in that movie, and they do swear in it.
Gotta love Airplane.
Oh yeah, it's fucking great. And so this is just sort of again, it's just a product of its era,
right?
And what a great era apparently.
Oh yeah, man. We missed it by a few years. I was born the year after this film came out.
Yeah.
and the year before the TV show was supposed to come out, but it didn't.
Yeah, I was born 2 years after this movie.
Were we talking about something?
Mother Drugs and Speed.
You know, since we did have this break where, you know, we did, you know, originally did this last night and now we're doing it 24 hours later.
Right.
I went to work today.
Yeah.
And, the art studio, not Mavericks, which this is important because,
Right.
I work with mostly like 50 to 60-year-old women. And like we were having lunch break. And, you know, and they're always like, so what'd you do this weekend? And I was like, well, I watched an old movie with Bill Cosby in it called Mother Jugs. And she's like, and Speed? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, that's a great movie. And I was like, you are awesome. It was my coworker Teresa, actually the one that wanted to go to the Mystery Science Theater thing too. I mean, she's really cool. I'm guessing she's in her 50s. I don't know. I'm really bad. She's somewhere between 30 and 80.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess 50s. But yeah, I was like, wow, that's so awesome. And then like after the lunch break, I was helping, like, me and this one client usually work together, and I help him paint stuff. And so I was like holding the thing he was painting, and he's 10 years older than me. And, you know, so he grew up in the 70s, and I was like, hey, have you ever seen a movie called Mother Jugs and Speed? And he goes, oh yeah. He's like, Kurt Russell's in that. And I was like, probably was. Uncredited. He was a kid in the background. But I was like, no. And I told him, he's like, oh yeah. Cause I even said, I was like, no, it was, Bill Cosby, and he's like, oh, and Raquel Welch, so like he knew what it was too.
Nice.
And I was like, people actually know about this movie,
Except us.
What is wrong with us?
Well, the other day I was telling my coworker, you know, on the drive home, I was like, hey, yeah, so we found this trailer, and it was fucking bizarre, so I decided I'm going to pick it for the show. And I was like, it's called Mother Jugs and Speed. He's like, oh, I've seen that.
Is he older? Because these two people are older.
He's, I think, 40.
Well, that's a few years older.
A couple years older than us.
I wonder if this was big. I mean, because like obviously, if they
It was
tried
successful.
if they tried to make a TV show,
Right.
you'd think it had a following. But
You know, it's got a, you know, decent pedigree to it.
Mm-hmm.
The writer was the co-writer of the first two Superman movies.
oh wow, really?
And I believe he wrote a couple of James Bond movies as well. And the director is the director of Bullet.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Well, this had much better chase scenes in it.
Yeah.
There's a scene where the cop is chasing an ambulance, and that's a really good chase scene.
Yeah. I think the chase scene in Bullet is still better.
Well, yeah,
But the rest of that movie is not.
yeah.
Comparatively, this is the much better.
Yeah, this is much better than Bullet. Yeah.
Because I didn't have to sit and watch someone fax something for 20 minutes.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's like not even like watching it in real time. It's like, well, you know, like no faxes go faster than that. I've faxed stuff before. You can cut or pan away or whatever you need to do. I mean, maybe in like the year Bullet came out, people were like, "What the hell is that? It's a fax. This is hold on, everybody, be quiet. Let's watch the fax go through. This is amazing."
I think they just slowed it down on purpose to build tension.
Yeah. Well, that is pretty tense. Like, I've tried to fax stuff that was like bills that were due at 5 o'clock. Jack will give them to me at 4:30, and I'll be faxing them, and I'm like, go through, and it doesn't say fax, sent successfully yet. What the hell? And then eventually it does, and I'm like, oh my god, you cut the tension with a knife. It's like a Steve McQueen movie.
Oh, man. So, I recommend people go watch this movie.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say, yeah, we recommend this movie.
Yeah, I loved it. It was great, and yeah, you know, full day later, you know, I'm still down with it.
I think we've let the joke go on long enough. This movie doesn't really exist. Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. Could a movie like that really exist? Come on, people. Did you believe us? Oh.
You know, I don't believe in April Fools.
Yeah.
Not find your joke funny.
Oh.
This movie is real. Go watch it.
It is unbelievably real. against all odds of nature and the code of human behavior, it really did happen. We are not kidding around.
Nope.
At least watch the YouTube trailer tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely do that. And then again, if it doesn't make you want to immediately see the movie, then you are dead inside.
Something would be wrong with your brain. Yeah. Or you've just had a really bad day and like, you're still stuck in that funk or whatever.
Right.
Because it's a fun movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie, and like the trailer is great. But I mean, honestly, like if the combination of Bill Cosby, Raquel Welch, and Harvey Keitel doesn't motivate you.
No! If that's not enough, what the fuck, people? What more do you want? Yeah. Because whatever you want, it's probably in this movie.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. All right. I think we'll go ahead and take a break.
Sounds good.
We successfully recorded it this time.
Yay!
So I think we touched on all the major parts that we touched on last night. So we'll soothe you with a little bit of music here.
Yeah.
And we will be back.
I need an ambulance. I took the worst of the blow. Send me a redeemer. Let me know if I'm gonna be alright. Am I gonna be alright? 'Cause I know how it usually goes. I know how it usually goes. I built a monument for the love we used to know, but that is far removed. And you say that I'm gonna be okay, and yeah, I'm gonna be okay, but it doesn't seem that way. No love, not today. 'Cause I was told to get out, told to leave, told I had my things in a parking lot. No, 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 baby, yeah. Just send me that ambulance, oh. Just send me that ambulance. I was told to get out, told to leave, told I had my things in the parking lot. Well, no, 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 baby, yeah. Just send me that ambulance, oh, yeah. Just send me that ambulance, oh.
Oh, hey, welcome back to Gutter Trash. I forgot that this is the segment where I bring us back, because it's been a while.
It has been a while, yeah.
You like pointed at me, and I was like, awesome, he's ready to bring us back into the show. Oh, wait a minute, shit, I'm Jason. So, hi.
Hi.
Oh, what's up?
Hey.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
We didn't, I mean, other than last night, we haven't recorded an episode in a long time.
Well, we haven't recorded in the portion where we catch up with each other
Oh, yeah, that's true.
in quite a while, because I couldn't do it last night.
Right.
So yeah, it's only been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Feels longer.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's
because we miss each other.
Yeah,
when we're away.
Yeah.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
It is true.
Yeah.
So we obviously, if you listened last week, you weren't on the episode.
I did listen last week,
That's right.
and I was surprised to find that I was not on the episode. Infuriated, perhaps.
Were you?
Halfway through, I was like, any minute I should walk into the studio because this is bullshit if I don't appear on the episode. And then, I listened to the whole second half, and I never came in.
Yeah.
I felt like Jason Newsted when I got my copy of And Justice for All.
Hey, that's a thing we haven't talked about at all.
Metallica?
Jason Newsted has a band and an EP out.
And not Flotsam and Jetsam?
No, it's called Newsted.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh. Have I heard of that?
I hadn't until like 2 weeks ago.
I thought maybe you'd played some for me and I didn't remember.
No. I
Yeah.
can tell you, I don't like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's it sound like?
Sounds a little bit like Metallica.
Right?
Like a couple of songs, a couple of riffs. It sounds a lot like Metallica.
Why would he call it Newstead? That's just a lame name.
I don't know. No. Money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Recognizable.
people think, they think, well, my fans will recognize. But I mean, like, if he lets everyone know that he's in a band called, Togglecock or whatever.
Well, to be fair, it hasn't really worked out for him.
Oh, really?
Thus far.
Okay.
He's been in like 4 other bands.
Oh,
that
really?
he started.
See, I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
thought he was only in Flotsam and Jetsam.
No, he was like right after Metallica. He was in a band called Echo Brain.
Oh, that's right. I remember
Yeah.
Echo Brain. Yeah, I
And,
forgot about that.
Yeah, and then that didn't work out. Then I think he did IR8.
Wow.
Irate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and some other thing like Sex Chorica or something like that. And then I think he just kind of like slunk and hid in the void for a while.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe he should be in Newstead then. Good call, Jason.
Yeah, but again, like I did not enjoy
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
He just plays bass, or does he sing?
Sings. Yeah.
Interesting. I'd be curious.
And, I always enjoyed him as a singer in Metallica.
Mhm.
Whenever he would get the chance to, like, in their live shows or whatever, he would do a couple of their songs.
Oh, really? A
Yeah.
full song?
Uh-huh.
He didn't just like yell "shortest straw" in the background or
No,
something?
he did that too.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, he got definitely Seek and Destroy.
Really?
Was
Wow.
like a Jason live.
Wow.
performance, yeah.
That's awesome.
And I want to say there was like one other thing that he did too.
I did not know that.
Probably again from Kill 'Em All,
Mhm.
because that was the type of voice he had, for that type of
Okay.
song. But yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I like Jason Newsted a lot, so I was super disappointed when I listened to that.
Right.
So maybe that was just part of that disappointment, I guess.
Right.
Because I do like him a lot. I don't know.
Huh.
Whatever.
So that's why we weren't recording last week, because the
'Cause I
album
was
news
just sad.
the album Newstead came out. We had to wait in line at the Tower Records in
Right.
Dayton.
Yeah. There's not one of those.
I don't think there's even one in Ohio, is it?
I don't think there's a record store in Ohio anymore.
Oh, we can Myers and Walmart. They both sell CDs, man.
So no, yeah, we did some stuff, but not together.
Yeah, we went our separate ways for
Yeah.
excitement. We're like a couple who's been married for 50 years, and we both went to different brothels.
Yeah, we had separate vacations.
Yeah. Just had to do a little fucking.
Just got to get it out of the system.
Yeah. Who goes first? Do we flip a coin? We both talk simultaneously. That might be interesting.
No. There were conventions happening at the exact same time. One that you went to and one that I went to, and they were in different places,
Different cities.
different themes, different subjects, different people,
With overlapping nerddom.
a little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit,
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure some of the same people went to both.
could have, yeah,
You know, 'cause
possibly,
they're both 2 to 3 day shows.
right? And they were only an hour apart from each other.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you did the what year is this now?
2013.
No, that's not what
I think it's the 7th.
7th.
I think.
Okay, so the 7th annual, for all intents and purposes,
Yeah.
the 7th annual Gem City Comic Con.
Yeah. Here in Dayton is the Gym City if you're not from here.
Yeah. We should
Yeah.
fill people in on that because I think,
3 people know that.
I think even I learned that like maybe 10 years ago.
Right.
Most, yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, because that cartoon Jim was really popular. They played it on all the networks. Gym City, I get it. But no, this is Jim with a G.
We should have a statue of Jim in the holograms.
That would be
right
truly
in the middle
outrageous.
of, right in the middle of downtown.
On Monument Street.
Yeah.
Get rid of that soldier, Sparky the soldier, whatever
Yeah,
it's
there
called.
we go.
Yeah. I forget his name. I know his name, but it's not Sparky.
Or we can get rid of that bullshit flyer.
Oh my
statue.
God. We have a couple of ridiculous artsy-fartsy statues in Dayton. There's the one over close to Bell Book and Comic of all the birds carrying the, like, iron or something
yeah.
on Shant Street. And they spent like $1 million on that statue, and it's like, really? It looks like something that would have been hanging off someone's mailbox, but then they blew it up to like 10 times its size. And paid $1 million for it. Good job, Dayton!
I've seen that thing frequently.
Right?
Never knew what it was.
Yeah.
Never knew what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No clue.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what it's supposed to represent.
I just thought it was like some construction stuff that was just left in the middle
Unfinished.
Of the, and the city of Oakwood wouldn't take it away or something. I don't know.
That'd be weird because they're all about the eyesores.
They are. Yeah.
But that thing is an eyesore.
Oh yeah, it is. But yeah, we do have some weird things. We also have I don't know if they still have it. It's been forever since I've been downtown. But do they have those weird like mannequins like on the street?
Oh, like fake people reading newspapers and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I guess I just found out recently because they've been gone for a while now, like months. But they're on tour, I guess. Like they're in some other city now.
Really?
I don't know where, but yeah, there's like a Marilyn Monroe with the
Right, yeah.
something like a hot or 70-rich dress thing.
I can't remember.
Whichever movie.
The subway blowing up the dress.
Right.
Yeah.
They had her there. They had a guy with a newspaper. They even had a guy like sitting on a bench, taking up a bench space, like a fake guy. I'm like, really? Why would you take up a bench space with a mannequin?
Right.
But yeah, apparently they're on tour in some other city.
That's weird.
Yeah. So,
Gym City Comic Con.
yeah, I went to Gym City Comic Con. It was cool. I worked there for Mavericks, so I didn't do a ton of shopping or whatnot. I mostly was just behind the table.
Right.
But I did talk to, I would have talked to Justin Watson. He wasn't there. His wife was having her baby.
Right.
But I talked to his buddy and company, coworker Mike Adams.
Right.
and I talked to Bruce Hughes, and I talked to Kyle Hotz. So I really only talked to people from Dayton.
Right.
You
gotta expand your horizons.
I know. Well, they had Joe Staten was there, Howard Chaykin was there, Stan Sakai was there, Tim Seeley. I mean, they had some good people.
Yeah.
Jeremy got a sketch from Tim Seeley of Voodoo.
Nice.
It's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Like, he did a good job.
Tim Seeley's a really nice guy.
That's what he said. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd never talked to him, but yeah, he was really cool. I bought a page of art from Kyle Hotz. I really like his stuff.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
He is, he's in my top 10.
Top 10.
Guys I'd like to fuck.
Well, I hope that goes well for you. I think he's happily married.
Doesn't matter.
He gets a load of you, and you know.
Exactly.
And that I meant like an eye full. Oh shit! It just gets worse. No, he was super cool. He was super cool guy.
Yeah, I've had nothing but pleasant experiences meeting him before. You know, and yeah, I would kill you for those art.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
All right. No, yeah, he like he's definitely a guy that like someday I would love to get an original piece from him, be it a page that was used in a book or like a commission.
Yeah, he had a sketchbook full of like commission pieces and covers that he did, and those were just incredible. But none of them were for sale. The commissions were stuff that people commissioned and were picking up there or at other places. Like, cause I asked him, I was like, do you have any Man-Thing pages cause that's like my favorite thing. I think that's the thing that blew my mind when I saw it. I'd read other stuff by him and I liked it, but I read his Man-Thing and I think I was probably high when I read it, and I was like, this art is incredible. And, he didn't have any of those. He said that one guy bought every page of the Man-Thing series that he drew.
Really?
It was like 3 issues, but I mean, that's like 60 pages or more. Yeah. I was like, what?
That's bizarre.
Yeah. And then like he had a man.
Wasn't that like an adaptation of like a shitty sci-fi movie?
I don't know. Was it? I thought it was a sequel to something that they never made. I think it was like, I don't think it was ever filmed. I think it was like supposed to be a sequel.
Okay.
But they hadn't filmed it, so they just made it into a comic or something.
Okay.
I think. I'm not positive.
All I know is that there's a very, very shitty sci-fi original movie of The Man-Thing.
Of The Man-Thing?
Yeah.
Man, maybe it is.
I think that came out like right around the same time.
Maybe it is the adaptation of that. I don't know. But he had, like, I looked through he had some portfolios on his table, and one of them was a cool drawing inked up of The Man-Thing, and I was like, is that for sale? And he's like, oh, it's a commission I did for somebody who's gonna pick it up. And then, like, you know, the covers that were in there were super expensive. Because
basically, he just sold you some shit to get away so that you could stop asking, is that for sale?
He's like, get out of here, kid. Yeah. Which was awesome. No, he was super cool. He showed me tons of art. Like, he pulled out, like, a big stack. I mean, he must have had 1,000 pages with him. I mean, it was crazy. Wow. He had just stacks and stacks. He was like, you want to look at the first Hood miniseries, the second Hood? I forgot. He had Ghostbusters, he had Ghost Rider 2099, he had all 6 issues of Ghost Rider 2099, he had just got them back, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is like 15, 20 years ago, yeah.
Wow.
He was like, I forgot about these, somebody mailed them to me or something at Marvel, and he had a lot of insights as to, you know, different companies and, that he's worked for and who was better in what areas, and he was just super nice and open and down to earth and super cool guy. And he even brought his kids by our table, like at some point in the day, and like his kid was like painted up like the Crow makeup, and they were like looking at toys, looking at Star Wars toys. I mean, he's just a cool guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that was basically my experience at the show. I mean, basically we sold a bunch of stuff for Mavericks, and I got to meet Kyle Hotz, and that was pretty much.
Well, you've met him before though, too. You used to shop at Mavericks.
Yeah, I used to shop there. I'd met him, but like I'd never really talked to him. Yeah, I mean, like I got to talk to him about art, and like I got to look at so much of his original art. I mean, I'm sure I saw
someone wasn't pulling you away to trade magic.
Right. I'm sure I looked at 100 different pieces of his art there. I mean, that was great.
That'd be a thing that would probably ruin me.
Right?
Yeah, just that your sudden intake of so much of his work.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's just like sitting there eating his chicken
Right,
sandwiches,
yeah.
like, that's nothing. Yeah, it was cool because I wanted a page that was not a Marvel comic, and
Right.
all he had with him that fit that description was the Ghostbusters, which I'd never read his Ghostbusters
Right.
thing, but I looked through them and I was like, this page is awesome, I'll buy it. And he said the only reason he did that series was because his kid is a big Ghostbusters fan. He's like, yeah, IDW doesn't pay me as much as, some of the other places, but he's like, my kid loves Ghostbusters, so I did it. And I was just like, how awesome is that?
Yeah. You said he had the Hood there. You didn't have an interest in that?
I've never read The Hood, actually. That was Marvel, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's Marvel,
No.
but Brian K. Vaughan.
Yeah, I don't know why I've never read The Hood.
I recommend it.
Yeah.
The first one, anyway. I don't know about the second one.
Like The Dark Reign was the second one or something.
Yeah.
He said something cool about that. He said he owns a stake in the Hood, so he said because he helped design the character, and he said,
Right.
or maybe he totally designed it, I don't know, but he said if they ever make a Hood toy or something, he gets royalty, or
That's nice.
if he ever appears on a cover anywhere, he gets like 10 cents or whatever.
Yeah. I know for a while, like, Bendis was using him in the Avengers, so...
Yeah, sweet.
He was
Made a little cash.
probably, just for that, yeah.
It's like a ass cap or something.
Right, yeah.
Royalties. So, but yeah, well, that's basic. That was my weekend.
Yeah.
That was my show.
I already talked about this. Go listen to last week's episode.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, so I went to Horror Hound weekend in Cincinnati. Sharonville, technically.
Right.
Yeah, at the Sharonville Convention Center.
Is that just north of Cincinnati?
Just north, yeah. It's all technically considered Cincinnati, but, Cincinnati's broken up into a bunch of other little towns.
Little pockets, right.
Yeah. But yeah, so, I had decided to do the show. I was going to exhibit there with our pal Kurt Dins.
Mm-hmm.
Our celebrity interviewer, Kurt Dins.
Oh, he's the man.
And the convention center is like 10 minutes away from my office where I work.
Oh, right.
And so I decided, well, if I'm going to do that, then I might as well just stay there the entire weekend. Because the way I figured it is that the gas that I would have spent to travel back and forth on my days off
Right.
was going to be roughly about
Right.
the same as just staying at a hotel.
Even if it was twice as much, I would say it was totally worth it.
It was totally worth it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because not only that, but honestly, like one of the best parts was that because the hotel that I stayed in was actually like a minute away from my office.
Oh, right.
So Monday morning, I slept till like 6:45.
Nice.
Yeah. Got up, took a shower, checked out of the hotel, stole a whole bunch of free breakfast shit. Went to my office, was there at like 7:05.
People are like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. So I did that show last weekend and hung out with Kurt all weekend and
So it was all horror. The show was all horror.
pretty much, yeah.
But it was like everything from like comics to film stars and all that, right?
Yeah. The comic presence was pretty much limited to, like there were a couple of vendors that had like a couple of like creepies and stuff like that at their booths, or like trade paperbacks of The Walking Dead or something.
Right.
Like that.
Oh man, I bet that was successful.
Sure.
Yeah, because I know Bell Book set up there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I was going to get to that. But no, yeah, Bell Book comic was there as well. Pete was there on Friday night.
Okay.
Because I didn't see him the rest of the weekend. So
He
I'm
was,
sure
yeah,
he was at City.
right.
But and then our pal Kurt Dins had his comic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which comic?
1 year in Indiana.
Yeah. Was it the trade of all of them?
Yeah.
You know, Kurt, if you're listening, we have sold out of that at Mavericks. We'd like to we'd like to restock.
You should have told me that last weekend.
I didn't think of it.
Grabbed a couple. Yeah.
Well, I was hoping he would actually stop at Mavericks for once.
Oh yeah,
when he's so close.
It's apparently never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen.
It's I spent all Well, I spent all, every amount of energy that I could to try to get the two of you together.
Yeah.
Either you come down to Cincinnati to visit us, or him to go up to Dayton.
Right.
But it's just never going to happen.
I think I worked like 32 hours that weekend, like the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I was like, I am not going down there.
Convention ends at like 6.
Yeah.
You done for the day?
Actually, no, I had another job. I had to watch Jack's dogs while he was out of town.
He could have come out.
Could have brought his dogs.
Could have brought his dogs. Yeah, we could have.
Had drawn it.
Yeah, we could have had drawing night. Actually, we couldn't have because Kurt ditched me every single night too.
That bastard.
Yeah, he had to spend time with his family. Duh. Like his kid's not gonna have another birthday.
Oh, we hope he has
Right?
plenty more.
Exactly.
And he'll
Yeah.
live to be 1,000.
Right. Skip this one.
Skip one, yeah.
Right.
He won't even notice. Just buy him a big teddy bear.
Damn Skippy.
Yeah.
Buy him teddy bear with its face ripped off.
Oh, yeah. Kids love that.
Because I saw like 5 of those at the show.
Teddy bears with their faces ripped
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Just girls walking around with teddy bears with just their faces ripped off. And,
Stuffing hanging out?
No, it was like, gore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. There was also a disturbing trend of girls walking around with fake zombie babies or fake werewolf babies.
Really?
Yeah. Like rubbery, almost realistic looking zombie and or werewolf babies.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
exciting.
saw a lot of that. It wasn't a good trend.
No.
Also not a good trend, tattoos.
Oh, I bet there's a lot of tattoos there.
The tattoo epidemic has reached critical mass.
Well, more on the tattoo epidemic later.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say this. They also had a tattoo booth.
Oh,
So
bad
people
idea.
could get tattoos
Yeah.
at the show. And people were getting tattoos
Impulse tattoos?
at the show. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Not that tattoos are ever a good idea, but that impulse tattoos are the worst.
Oh, yeah. Especially at a convention like that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you have an open wound and you're packed in with all these people. And
Right.
germs everywhere.
And it was fucking packed.
Right. I bet.
It was full.
I remember last year you said it was just horribly packed.
Last year, or whenever that was, it was like you couldn't walk. You couldn't do anything. At least, this was at a bigger venue.
Right.
So, like, there was, like, room to move around.
The aisles were wider and whatnot.
Right. But at points, there were times where you're just standing there like, why can't I go anywhere?
Right.
Yeah. But at least it wasn't to the point where, like, I was accidentally ass raping somebody because we were all just crammed into a fucking hallway.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's right, because you get those involuntary
I get boners.
erections in
Yeah,
crowds,
yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah, the saving grace of it was that I was actually there, trying to sell some shit. And so I was behind the safety of a table
Yeah.
the entire time.
Gives you a little more room.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You can go listen to that episode, and I think that was primarily just about the failure of the weekend.
Oh.
I don't remember us talking about much anything else.
You talked about how I wasn't half bad.
Yeah.
I thought that was nice.
We talked about that. We talked about Brian John Mitchell being, prolific as
Yeah.
hell.
Oh, he's very prolific.
But for the most part, just mostly about how I was upset that I didn't sell a goddamn thing.
Oh. You sold a few things.
I sold a few things,
Yeah.
but not enough to
really
come out as a
warrant.
win.
Right, right.
Yeah. But I am going to do a Horror Hound again. Because
you're a glutton for punishment.
I am a glutton for punishment, and there's going to be a Horror Hound in Indianapolis in September, so I've decided already that I will do that. Maybe I'll have better luck.
No. I hope so.
I hope so as well.
I hope the horror fans are more prevalent than the comic fans because I recently found out that Indianapolis doesn't even have a comic show as big as Gem City. Like they have this one guy that does 4 shows, like a seasonal show,
Right.
and they're kind of like a small a small comic convention, and like the guy that was telling me that was at Gym City. He's like, I know friends in Indianapolis, and he's like, it's so weird to me that they don't have a big comic con.
Yeah. I think there might have at one point been like a Wizard World Indianapolis.
Oh, really?
But I think Wizard World for the most part has scaled back what they've been doing.
Yeah, right.
Again, I could be making that up.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. I can tell you that there are no comic fans at Horror Hound.
Yeah. Oh, because of your comics didn't do well.
Well, I wasn't selling any comics because I don't make comics or have any comics. But it was all people for The Walking Dead,
right?
And
because they had actors there.
Like 6 of the cast members.
Oh wow, that many?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
It was Norman Reedus who plays Daryl, Michael Rooker who plays Merle, the kid that plays Carl, the lady that played Lori, the guy that plays Herschel, the farmer, and a guy from the current season who plays a prisoner that they find in the prison.
Wow.
And I guess people were waiting in line for like 6 hours to see Daryl, mostly. It's all about Daryl.
So do you think if Rick Grimes would have been there, his line would have been longer than Daryl, or is Daryl like the star of that show?
I think Daryl is going to trump everyone on that show. And I don't get it.
Yeah?
I like the show, and I like the character, and I think the actor is fine. I don't understand.
Was it the ladies? Like, the ladies think he's sexy.
A lot of the ladies, but dudes too.
Yeah.
But like in Kurt was telling me that the previous year, Norman Reedus was like in the same room that Kurt was in. And, it was just like, he was just sitting there, and, like, nobody was coming up to him or anything like that.
Was that before the second season?
No.
It was during the second season?
During the second season.
I was going to say, his character got fleshed out a lot in the second season.
Yeah.
Like, he became a little more likable.
Right. But still, it's like, I just...
that was weird.
Something happened. Something happened.
Right. He must have, yeah. I don't know. He has a nice Facebook page or something.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I guess from all reports, he's like a super nice guy on top of it, even though he is charging like $45 for an autograph.
Well, he can't stop smiling, right?
Yeah. For a picture. Yeah.
People are like, he's so happy and smiling all the time. It's so great.
Because he is robbing you.
Yeah. Yeah, because you only charge $35 for your signed photos.
Right.
Yeah, that's
bargain.
Yeah, and yours are in color. You got them done at the Olin Mills down at Kmart, back at Kmart, didn't you? Those are great.
No, I mean, it was crowded, and Kurt and I were invisible. Like I said in that last thing.
Right.
Was just like we got ignored a lot. And I think it was partially due to where we were, between, 2 other artist booths. But, I mean, I got to hang out with Kurt, and that was a lot of fun. And, our friends, Matt Brassfield and, Juliet Frumholtz and, Stephen Alexander were all there too.
That's awesome.
So I got to hang out with them for a bit as well. Always good to see people.
Good group of people they are.
Even if, I do see them on a weekly basis.
Right. Most of them, at least.
Right. But they were there doing the Baron von Porkchop thing. They had a table. They had a table next to, not next to, but very near, Terminator 2 star Robert Patrick.
Nice.
Who, apparently never had a line.
Right. What's he doing now?
He's on something now, like a new show. I guess he was on the last season of True Blood.
Oh, okay.
But he's always doing something.
Right, yeah.
I would say 90% of the time playing somebody in the military.
Because he likes that haircut.
Yeah.
High and tight.
He did not have a high and tight haircut at the show.
Oh, wow.
Because I accidentally walked into his room where he was signing, and he's got kind of a long hair and like a big bushy goatee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, graying, but like every 20 minutes or so, like they would make an announcement that Robert Patrick doesn't have a line right now. Come on and get his autograph. And so I told Kurt every single time, go talk to him.
Right.
And then Kurt would come back and was like, oh, the line was too long.
Right.
Because I guess Kurt's whole thing is that he doesn't want to stand in a line more than like 3 people.
Right. Yeah.
Because, he's just there to ask a
dumb question, right? Yeah. And you never know if they're going to be game for it anyway.
Right. Well, apparently, according to Brassfield and Steve, Robert Patrick would have been game.
Yeah.
Apparently, Robert Patrick, a little bit insane.
Really?
Yeah. Very talky.
That's awesome.
They said they actually got a picture with him and then talked to him for a little bit, and he was just like super excited to talk to them, and just wouldn't shut up apparently.
That's super cool.
And they didn't charge them for the picture and everything.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he was just like, let it go. But I guess they walked in though. He was signing autographs for somebody, and like just all of a sudden he's like, "What do you mean you don't have Twitter?" And just started yelling at this guy about how he needed to be on Twitter. He needs to. Everybody wants to know what he's doing, and just went off on that. And but yeah.
Everybody needs to know what that guy's doing, or
Yeah,
what?
uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
Wow. Who was that guy?
Just a guy.
Just a guy. Yeah.
Just a guy getting some stuff signed to sell on eBay.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently he was kind of insane and very, very happy to be there, though.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like I didn't hear too much about like just any of the celebrities being dicks, except for Michael Madsen.
Oh, what did he do?
Kurt tried to go talk to him for us for Gutter Trash, and his handlers would not let him ask a question.
Maybe it was just the handlers that were assholes.
According to Kurt, he just also had the air of major douchebag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I can totally see that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, it was fun, and we actually, we have an interview that I can put up.
Really?
Yeah.
On this episode?
On this episode.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, I'm excited.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
You want to do it?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Well, let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll be back.
Sweet.
This is Kurt Dins for the Gutter Trash Podcasting Network, and I'm here with Fritz the Night Owl. And the one question he decided to answer was, what was his first car?
My first and favorite car was a fire engine red 1950 DeSoto convertible. I wish I had it still.
Whatever happened to that car?
Well, what happened was I was in the Army and I had to park at... I was stationed in New York City making movies for the Army, and we had to park it out on the street at night, and the Astoria gents messed up the top, and when I got back to Columbus, it was getting old and beat up, and it gotten hit a couple of times while it was being parked in New York, so I had to reluctantly, with tears in my eyes, sell my beautiful fire engine red 1950 DeSoto convertible.
Thanks very much.
My pleasure.
Oh, man.
Who would dare fuck up Fritz the Night Owl's car?
The Army or somebody. I can't remember.
It's New York City bastards.
New York. New York did it. Never moved to the city.
Yeah.
So I only know about Fritz the Night Owl from our pal, Matt, who, he's involved in the whole horror host thing.
Oh, yeah.
And that's who Fritz is. He's a horror host from Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, I'd never heard of the gentleman, but he seems awesome.
He seems awesome. I could fucking listen to that guy's voice forever.
Can you imagine him reading a book on CD for you or something?
That would be great.
Oh, man, yeah.
He is definitely like one of those old school radio guys. You know,
yeah.
like he definitely has that projection in that voice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And like even just the way he enunciated certain things.
Yes,
I mean,
right.
It was great.
Yeah. It was awesome. Yeah.
Thanks, Kurt. Thanks,
Thank you,
Fritz.
Kurt. Thanks, Fritz the Night Owl. I think he's still on the air occasionally in Columbus, so
Okay.
if you're ever in that area, which you're going to be
Oh
soon.
yeah, we'll be this month.
This month, yeah.
Holy shit! In 2 weeks.
But yeah, I mean, there's not too much to tell about the rest of Horror Hound. Just me hanging out with my friends, and that was fun enough. Except the fact that, like, every evening when they all left, I felt just sad and alone.
Aw. At least you had a big screen TV
I did.
to get you through the night.
Yeah. But if you're friends with me on Facebook, you saw the pictures I took over the weekend. I tried to take pictures of as many cool looking costumes as I could.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it was just a good time, and despite the financial failure of it, I'm looking forward to doing it again.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Do you remember a while ago I said something like, "Oh, more on that later." What the hell did I say?
You read a digital comic book.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I did. I read my first digital, like, full length comic.
Right.
It was you hipped me to this.
Yeah, right.
I think what you said was, "This is totally not your thing, but it is totally your thing."
Right.
And because it's a digital full length comic, and it's by Brian K. Vaughan and Marcos Martin.
Yep.
Two people I fucking love.
Right.
And this book was no exception. It was amazing.
It was pretty great. I actually, I honestly just read that like 2 days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I sent you that email the day that it was released. Because again, I know at least you're a very big fan of Marcos Martin.
Yeah. I like Brian K. Vaughan quite a bit, but
Right.
I fucking love Marcos Martin.
And you should, because he's amazing. So what they did was they put out a new comic that they're going to release online only. I guess it's going to be about 10 issues or so. And it is it's called The Private Eye, and it's a sci-fi comic. Sci-fi noir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Futuristic noir, yeah.
Yeah. And it is, like the big thing that people are talking about is that it's pay what you want.
Yeah.
Or pay what you feel, it deserves to be.
Including nothing.
Including nothing.
Yeah.
And some people have done that, but apparently, I guess, it's been more on the plus side than not.
I paid $2.
I paid 99 cents.
Yeah.
Cause I personally feel that for digital comics, 99 cents is more than adequate.
Right.
I would pay $3 for a print version of it, but I think for something that I'm not going to be able to hold in my hands.
Right. I was excited because I really didn't know how that worked. Like I honestly didn't know if it was something like once I read it, that was it. I couldn't read it again. But no, it's like saved on my desktop and I can view it over and over.
And there are different formats for it that you could have used,
right, different languages and
right. It's pretty accessible.
Yeah,
and I'll continue to pay 99 cents for every future issue of it because I don't understand the point in paying what would be full cover price for a normal comic in a digital format.
Right.
It should be cheap.
Yeah.
I've said that before, in certain places, and people just automatically assume that means that I just want it for free. I don't. I will gladly pay for,
what it's worth.
For what I feel that it's worth, and I will gladly pay for people whose work I enjoy, especially if they are getting the bulk of that.
Yeah. I PayPal'd it and it said, Marcus Martin received your money.
Right, yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
Right, yeah.
No middleman. This is awesome.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the next 9 issues. Or so.
Should be one this month, I guess.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
I liked it a lot more. I mean, I liked the story and the art and all that as much as I thought I would and more, but I enjoyed the act of reading a digital comic more than I would have thought.
Yeah, and it was well laid out. It is done like in a widescreen type manner,
which I love. I've always loved wide angle comics.
Right,
I love it.
It's for obviously a lot of monitors these days are more the widescreen type,
right?
And tablets, of course, are that format. So it is specifically made for that, and that's cool too. And I like the fact that, again, like you mentioned, that you can download it, and it sits on your hard drive.
Yeah.
Because I use Comixology for other books, and the format for like a normal comic that is just a digital version of it is like a comic book. The format of it, and then the layout.
Okay.
But it doesn't necessarily download to your machine. Like, it downloads to a cloud, and you have to be online in order to access it.
Right.
So, there's always the possibility that if for some reason Comixology folds, like, then
your collection's gone.
Your comics are gone. Yeah. Like, I don't know that every comic is going to work and be able to work in the same format that Brian Vaughan and Marcus Martin have done here, but it certainly works for them, apparently.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably going to be a good avenue for people like that, big name creators who just want to do something on their own.
Oh yeah. How fast is that too? I mean, like, the minute they're done putting the colors and the letters on,
they can put it up.
They can, it doesn't have to go through previews or
no cost of printing.
Right. Shipping. None of that.
They maybe just have to send out a press release that says, "Hey, the next issue is available."
Yeah.
And I hope they do, because I'm not going to remember.
Right. I'll remember to go there once a month. I'm sure I will. But yeah, it was great.
Look it up. The Private Eye, Brian K. Vaughan, Marcus Martin. I recommend it to anyone.
Totally.
Especially if you like those guys.
Yeah.
And I do.
And it had... Oh, that's what it was when we talked about tattoos. It has a really funny joke about our generation, like 20 years from now, 30 years from now, whatever. Just like all these old people with horrible tattoos and wife beaters on.
Yeah.
That was great.
It was pretty fantastic.
And because, like, I know I'm tattooed or whatever, but I'm not, like, tattooed up. Like, I'm not, got some tattoos, but...
I believe I described you to someone that I know who was going to Mavericks, that you will be the guy who has the least amount of tattoos there.
Surprisingly, now that the guy with the most tattoos that was there quit working there, I am once again the guy with the most tattoos, which is an unfortunate moniker I shall drag around with me in my remaining months at Mavericks. Yes. But yeah, no, it was great. It was a good book, and like that was hilarious. It was a great little funny thing in the middle of this, fairly serious book.
Right. It's a fun book though, too.
Yeah, it's very fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not like a comedy book,
but
it's a fun like noir story.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's say you tell me what comic I'm going to read for hopefully next week.
Yeah. I think we're doing this next week.
All right.
We'll have to figure out the week I'm going to space, but we'll figure that out.
Let's have Kurt back.
Yeah, sure. Come on down, Kurt. Yeah, you're not going to space. Nobody's going to space this year. It's weird. But let's read The Hypo by Noah Van Sciver.
Hey, I was expecting you to pick this at some point.
Yeah? Oh, you didn't look in the bag?
I did not look in the bag.
I put the book in a non-see-through bag and left it here last night when we recorded this episode that we're recording now. And trusted you to not look at it. I can't believe you didn't look at it.
I did not look.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, it was a book I expected you to pick at some point.
Yeah, it's been out a while.
Yeah, a few months anyway.
Probably
maybe longer.
Probably more like 5 months, something like
I
that.
don't know.
6 months.
Somewhere between a year and
Yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I've probably read like a short story or two by him, but I don't think I've read anything full length by Noah
Oh, yeah?
Van Sciver.
Well, that's cool.
I've read full length stuff by Ethan Van Sciver.
Yeah.
And
Well, hopefully you like this better.
I hope so.
Sweet.
All right.
The hypo next
hypo.
week on the G Trash, yo.
Thanks, Jesse. Let's get out of here, bitch.
All right. Hey, let's go see if Badger has any grass. Oh, that's how unhip I am. I say grass. That's like from the 40s.
Let's go toke up some reefer.
Yeah. Yeah. Word up.
Fat blunts. Good night. Thank you for listening to Gutter Trash. You can subscribe to the show from guttertrash.net or from iTunes and leave us a review. Visit guttertrash.net for email information, links to our Facebook and Twitter pages, and for other podcasts and websites in the Gutter Trash Network. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.